What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. This is the Friday Night Subcast, the podcast. Made a mistake and accidentally went live unlisted, so hopefully everything goes according to plan. Thanks so much for coming out tonight, guys, and we're going to be talking about a few things, but I want you guys to come on the show. What is up, Ted? Hey, Cobra was just almost at the end of your cave misadventures. I almost didn't want to upload that, but it's part of the story that leads me to no UEC. Well, almost no UEC. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. Ghost of Slack chocolate cheese. Coming up with that chocolate cheese. Do me a favor, guys. Share the show out a little bit because, yeah, I know. I was warned by... I don't want to talk too much about it, but I was warned by somebody to not multi-stream on Twitch as an affiliate. So we're going to be doing things a little bit different tonight. So we're having a huge event, a big event. We'll talk about it more. We'll talk about it a little bit more. We're going to be on Twitch tonight. For a long time. For a really, really long time. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out. So I started streaming unlisted, so I don't know if notifications went out. So if you guys could just share it around, share it in the Discord, on Twitter, Reddit, places like that. Get our community to grow and get our org to grow, Cobra Force, because we are going to be utilizing the org tonight. We're going to be having a big, gigantic org event tonight on Microtech. Now, a lot of you know what we're going to do because I've been talking about it in Discord. I even put a tweet out. If you guys would like to know what's going on with the show, follow me on Twitter. That's, let's see, XXX Cobra. No spaces, no slashes, no nothing. Just 3 X's in the word Cobra on Twitter. And I'm always spilling my mind out over there about what we're going to do next. Well, what's going to be on the show next. 072 Floblolly. Floblolly. Jeez, I'm a mess. 07 to you too, buddy. I'm just curious because of my mishap, my mess up. Did you guys get a notification we were going live over here? Notifications went out. Good. Awesome. Thank you so much, Steve. Mirameth says, if it's about what you tweeted, then count me in. Yes. Cobra Orgy. I don't do Twitter, says Ted. Oh, man. That's where... If you want, if that's where Cobra TV updates are, because I can't communicate with everybody on Twitch and everybody on YouTube with, like, one fell swoop of a message for updates and things like that. So, let me go ahead and get on camera. So, main stage. So, I use Twitter to, like, send out notifications and things like that. Like, hey, guess what we're doing next? Hey, this is good. We're going we're going live this time. We're going to be doing this on this day. Send me your fan art so I can feature it on the show. Things like that. Which is another thing that I'd like to get into. So... I want to start focusing in on the community of Star Citizen, and I really want to feature some of your channels, some of your Twitch streams. I want to showcase a lot of your fan art, share a lot of your roleplay stories, things like that. So it's important to follow me on Twitter, so that way you guys could tweet stuff to me, or you could just throw it into our Discord. I'm gonna put a channel in there called Fan Art, and that goes for anything. I'm gonna put a few channels in there because I really want to focus on the community. You guys are amazing. You got a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent in the Star Citizen community. A lot of screenshots, which I want to take a look at some of those tonight. A lot of screenshots. There's a lot of things that you guys do for this community, and I want to kind of help magnify that a little bit as much as I can. Retro Rat says you guys tried to increase server cap yet? I have not, and they've taken it down. That's no longer happening, and that's another topic I would like to get into tonight. You should hop on Discord when you get a chance. What's up, Crimping Madness? Hey, Crimping Madness, what's going on, dude? I've been so busy. I've been really, really, really busy. Okay, I'll hop on Discord, buddy. Is something happening, Crimping Madness? Usually when somebody says that, something bad is happening. You should hop on Discord when you get a chance, Cobra. What's up, Specs? How you doing, buddy? Alright, would like to get into a very few things right off the get-go. It is no secret that I am from the No Man's Sky community that has been, had my world flipped upside down by Star Citizen. Okay? Completely. My world has been completely flipped upside down, and I have fallen in love with a game. A game and an idea and an ambition, an emotion, just so many things. So I get a lot of messages from some of my I get a lot of messages, okay? Yes, Specs. Of course I did, buddy. Yeah, ASAP, really, there is some stuff you need to see. I can't say much more here. Is this about the NDA stuff, Crimping Madness? Okay, is it, Crimping Madness, is it, can it wait till after the show, or is it like, drop what you're doing, you need to go now? So, okay, let's talk about the, okay. I'm a gamer. A lot of people who play No Man's Sky are gamers. We all play different games. I see. Okay. When I get some callers on here, what I'm going to do is go into the Discord, Crimping Madness. Did you send me a DM? Is that what you did? A private message? When I get some callers on here and we get some conversation going, I'm going to take a peek in there and into the Discord and see what's going on. And I drop and take a look quickly at least. Okay. All right. Let me see. Is it a private message? Gives me a little bit of time to think about how I'm going to word this. So I'm not seeing a private message from you. Okay, you'll do it now. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for that to come in here. I get a lot of messages, guys. Look. I get a lot of messages. Oh, you turned your back on No Man's Sky. You turned your back on us. This and that. And we're all gamers. I've seen you guys play different games before, too. this is kind of hard to say. Look, I don't understand the tribalism of gaming, and it bothers me. And I know I brought this up a couple times, and I'm only going to spend about 5 minutes on this, and I really want to talk to those people for a second, and then we're going to move on to some Star Citizen talk and the increase in player count and things like that. When No Man's Sky was released, it was attacked because it wasn't finished. Sean Murray told us in 2014 in a GameSpot interview that not all of the features were going to be there at launch, but they had a feeling they were going to be making this game long after it's released. We were forewarned that it wasn't going to come out done. We all knew that. I reported it. But we bought the game for $60 anyway, knowing that it was going to continue to be made long after it launched, like he said in 2014 in a GameSpot interview that you can find on YouTube right now. So we all bought that game knowing that it was going to continue to be made. And what did we do? We bought it for $60 and we played it while it updated. Star Citizen is exactly the same way. You could purchase it for $45 right now and play it as it gets updated every 3 months with beautiful, big updates. Bugs, yes. Honest with you, right now, there are a lot of bugs. But come on, can we be real? Every time there's a No Man's Sky update, there's a lot of bugs that have to be fixed over the next few weeks after every time there's an update. That's just how updates are. And this one, their 3.8 is really bad because it was released right before the holidays. And then they went off and spent time with family and friends for the holidays. And now they're back. And we're going to get into some of other messages that were sent to me and some other concerns I've seen about the player cap and the bugs and things like that. But first, let's go ahead and finish what we're talking about right now. I've seen the same behavior from the No Man's Sky community that I did from the people that attacked them when No Man's Sky was released. When people were trying to play No Man's Sky and live stream it, all the comments that I used to see people get harassed. Why are you playing this game? You're supporting the lying developer. You're the problem with the gaming industry. This game is shit. This game is horrible. You're hurting the gaming industry by playing this. All this craziness, man, right? People calling No Man's Sky a scam, a lie, just all kinds. You know, everybody knows. But I see the same from some, not all, and a lot, to be honest, behavior that was inflicted onto them that they are now inflicting onto Star Citizen. And I thought that the No Man's Sky community would be the ones but like, hold my beer. We've been through this. We're gonna jump over here. We're gonna help this game out that is choosing not to go with the publisher. It's ambitious, and it seems like the industry is after it. No. To a lot of people, that's not the case. Not to everybody. But to a lot of people, they're treating it the same way they got treated. It's I don't understand. It shocked me, really, to tell you the truth. But there's a lot of people who are also asking me very, questions. And I would like to go over some of those questions, and I would like to do that right here at the top of the show, in case they don't get into the latter part of the show. So, just a few more minutes. So some of those questions are: this looks like a scam. Is it? How much money is this going to cost me? It looks like you have to be rich to play this game. It's unfinished. Do we have wipes? Do I have to start over? I was watching a streamer whom I love so much, and I consider a brother to me, and said, you know, he said that he doesn't want to get into Star Citizen right now because he hates the thought that he's going to have to keep starting over. And then, in the same sentence, said that he likes to start over game saves every month in a certain game that he plays. And I said, what? Crimping Madness, if you're going to send me a DM, I don't think I got it yet, buddy. Message retracted. Oh no, you didn't. Wait. What's going on with Crimping Madness? Look, okay, so is it a scam? No. No, it's not a scam. Is it done? No. But neither was No Man's Sky when it was released. And we played it while it updated. Does it cost you more than $45 to play? No. Do you have to pay a subscription? No. Is it going to cost you more money down the road? No. Are they do you have to start over? Yes. They're trying to put in persistence right now. They're working on it. But I see a lot of people restarting their game saves for No Man's Sky on a regular basis. What's up, Erebus? How you doing, buddy? $45 is all you need. You can play the game and do the missions and earn the stuff. Is there a risk it's going to be wiped? Yes. Are there bugs? Yes. Do I still have fun with the game even though it wipes? Yes. I mean, I'm playing the game. I'm learning, like, I'm learning through my mistakes. I'm learning how to make the UEC that's in the game, learning the gameplay mechanics, and when there's a wipe, now I know how to get in there and do it quicker. And I'm learning a lot from a lot of my friends here that you see here in the chat, learning a lot from them. And it gets easier and easier, and it's fun, okay? It's fun. You're not, they don't try to harass you in your emails. Hey, buy this ship. Hey, buy this ship. Hey, buy this ship. That is there to help fund the game, to help fund the development. The game has been in development for a while, yes. But so was Red Dead Redemption 2. So was GTA 5. Bigger development teams, of course. CIG started in a garage with just a handful of people. And they had to build a studio. They had to build a company. They were going to release a lot sooner, but have you taken a look at what that footage looked like and what it looks like now? So it's good they waited. A delayed game is a good game. As far as the persistent universe, the MMO portion of Star Citizen, I hope it's never done. I hope that it gets, I hope that it keeps getting added to because they're building a universe. I hope they don't get to a point where variation stops. And exploration is no longer focused on. You know, I hope that that this MMO, which MMOs, they tend to not ever be done. I hope that the universe keeps getting added to because they are building literally a universe. They're also building 2 games at once. Squadron 42 and Star Citizen. 2 games at once. How long did it take take Red Dead Redemption 2 plus GTA 5? How many years is that? How much money is that? They're building 2 games at once, and they started from nothing. That's why there's such a delay. And they are not taking shortcuts. I messaged, I think I got mixed up with your dual Discord account. Not sure what the delay is on YouTube. Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat, buddy. Let me, okay, got the message here. Okay, avoid reading this out loud. All right, let me check here real quick. Reading something right here real quick, guys. Okay. All right. Well, I'll get with you a little bit later on that. Okay. Thank you, Crimping Madness. Thank you, buddy. And thank you so much for that subscribe there. Zach, thank you, buddy. Look, I put my reputation on this game. I'm going to end it right there. Okay? My name, my reputation, and I'm talking to a lot of people who know me, who've known me for a long time. I've never lied to you.
Good evening.
Good evening, Robert Ransom. Thank you so much for donating to Super Chat, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oh, let me fix that iCat. iCat, you now have a wrench. You now have a wrench. Okay, so look, that's all I'm going to say. Look, it's not a scam. It's safe to play. It is going to blow your mind. I put my reputation on it. You're not going to be asked to donate any more than the $45 that you go in. Is it hard to get a ship in the game? Yes. I'm honest with you. It's hard. But it's playing the game. You're living in the universe. You're creating this story that's just unreal, guys. Come on. If you don't want to play it, that's fine. Just stop being mad at me, please.
Team Vega.
Thank you, Shane Morris. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Team Vega. Yes, we're going to be talking about that a little bit later, too. Stop being mad at me. I'm having fun, and I wish you guys would join me. Thank you, guys. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Team Vega. The wife is going to be joining the verse on really soon. We got about 5 or 8 more days, probably, because we don't have enough for the desk or the monitor yet. So we got to get those 2 things for her to be able to sit up there and play and join, and it's going to be amazing. We got so many ideas for so many awesome videos for the husband and wife misadventures in space. It is gonna, I mean, it blows my mind thinking about what we're gonna do together in this universe. And I can't wait. I just can't wait to show her. The first 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 videos is gonna be me showing her everything, taking her out into the verse, showing her these planets. It's gonna be so amazing. And then after I'm done giving her the tour, thank you so much, Andrew, for subscribing. I do appreciate that, buddy. And after I get done showing her all of that and taking her on a tour and teaching her what I know, then we're going to get into a series that's going to be on Cobra TV called Cobra and Vega Take on the Universe. That's what it's going to be called. And it's going to be awesome. So it's not going to be role play. It's just going to be us living in playing in the environment and not breaking the fourth wall. So at a certain point, we're not going to be saying, this game is awesome. Instead, it's, oh my God, that's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's going to be living in that environment, not talking to the audience in these 30-minute episodes. And it's going to be like a Saturday morning cartoon, but it's not going to be written. It's not going to be scripted. And it's going to have two, we're going to record on both computers to have show her perspective at times, my perspective at times. And it's just going to be a ongoing story. I can't wait to do it. I got so many ideas. Let's talk about the player cap. I've had a couple people message me concerning, I've not covered the development of Star Citizen yet. And I stress the word yet. I love covering the development of games, and I haven't decided to do it yet with Star Citizen because I've been too starstruck at just playing the game, having fun, learning a lot. I'm learning so much. There's so much to learn, so much for me to catch up on before I can intelligently discuss the development of the game. And that's coming. It's coming really quick. What's up, Charles? How you doing, buddy? Erebus, is look at that considered breaking the wall? That might happen. That might happen. Of course you can, Adam. Of course you can. Adam says, can I be the annoying guy who joins for no reason on the Vega and Cobra show? Of course you can. So the player cap, a lot of people are kind of upset. They're like, they're talking like, why are they messing around with the servers when there's so many damn bugs in the game that need to be fixed? And before we get into this, what is up, Hidden Panda? Oh my gosh, look at that dude. Guys, you see that dude? That is a friend of mine. That right there is a friend of mine, the Hidden Panda Show. If you can, take a time, go give him a subscribe. The Hidden Panda Show, right there in the chat. That is one of my really good friends. Please show him some love. He's a good dude. Miss you, Panda. We're going to get in Discord here in a minute. We're going to be playing the game later tonight. A giant event, dude. We are going to have this big event. It's going to be like this. You remember the scene when Rambo was running through the forest when the cops were chasing him? We're going to do something like that today on Microtech. We're going to have people volunteer to be bounties, and they're going to be trying to run to New Babbage into the Armistice Zone to be safe while we give them 1 minute head start. And then everybody else in the server has to chase them on foot, and kill them before they get there. But the 6 people, the bounties that get there, there could be only one. So that means they have to kill each other at the last minute before they get to the Armistice Zone. We're going to figure it out. All right. If you guys got ideas how we can make that more gamey, then let me know. And we'll get into it tonight over on Twitch. All right. So listen, the player count. There's a lot of different teams at CIG. A lot of different people doing a lot of different things. So there's more than likely a team that is working on the bugs of 3.8. That is something we can't see happening because they are looking at the code. They're not changing it on the fly. So they have the game code in front of them on a computer, and they're fixing the bugs. They're doing their magic, their little code master magic. Another team is working with SOX and trying to increase the player count. That is something that is visible because that is something they actually need our help for. So while we think that the only thing that they're working on is the server count, that's just the only thing that we could see happening because they have to include us in that. Meanwhile, there is another team working on the bugs, and we just can't see that happening. So they're not just focusing on one thing. There's just only one thing that we could physically see happening right now, and that was the player count trying to be upped a little bit. Exactly. Raising player count doesn't need client patches. That just needs us to help them test the server. So that's one team doing this over here, and we can see that happening because they need us. The bugs are over here. They're crunching numbers over here. They don't need us for that. They know what needs to be done, and they're getting a patch ready. So you got this team over here doing this, needing our help. This team over here working in a corner in the dark, and we can't see what they're doing. They're getting a patch ready. This team's messing with player count. This team's getting a patch ready. So it's not like they're just focusing. It's not like they're ignoring bugs and working on the server count. You know what I mean? That all these things are being done there. We could just see one thing happening. Okay, so that's another thing that I wanted to bring up. Need persistence. There is, Travis Scott. It's starting. They've already implemented the first portion of it. And it has brought itself with some problems. Adam, dude, even I want to be a bounty tonight. We'll talk about it. But we're going to have a gigantic event. It's going to be over on Twitch. Let me give you the Twitch channel, so that way you guys can follow over there, because it's going to be big. All right, it's going to be a long stream. It's going to be big, but a lot of the preparation for it is going to be boring. There's going to be a lot of menus of us trying to get players into the server. Discussion on how we're going to do this the most fun way we can. So since there's going to be a lot of downtime, it's most of it, the beginning portion's probably not going to be interesting, and I like to keep YouTube nice and edited content. Clean content that's edited, that tells a story of my misadventures in space. And then the Twitch side is just live, chaotic fun, right? To where it's just all over the place. So later tonight, we're going to be on Twitch doing what I call the run. So let me go ahead and play a little trailer for it. And this is something that we're going to be doing tonight, and we've already done like a little practice run of it yesterday. And well, here it is. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Got him. And so that is the run. We're going to be doing that tonight, but on a much larger scale. There's going to be a group of people running for their lives, and there's going to be a group of bloodthirsty Cobros chasing those people through the woods. Yeah, it's like, I saw your name, Adam. Yeah, that was Adam we were murdering. We executed Adam there. So that's what we're going to get into over on Twitch tonight, and we're going to be up all night long doing it. But everybody on YouTube is not going to miss it, because I'm going to make an edited video of what happens tonight on Twitch, and it's going to be published right here on YouTube. So if you don't want to tune in on Twitch, there you will be able to see it here without a doubt. Okay, it's going to be here next week. It's probably going to be a lot for me to edit. It's going to be a big download. It's going to be a big recording. So Microtech is beauty, says Snowblood. Yes. I agree. It is my favorite place in the verse right now. My favorite place in Stanton. So join us over there one more time. Here is the my Twitch So if you want to follow me over there so we can just maybe get involved or watch or but don't worry, anybody that's here on YouTube, you're not going to miss it. It's going to be edited here next week in a nice clean format that's going to tell the entire story from beginning to end. With that said, we could talk about the roadmap tonight. We could talk about 3.9, what's coming. If you guys would like to come on and talk about bugs or whatever, workarounds. There's definitely a lot that can be said about workarounds. We found one. We actually helped. We helped Gato Kane get back into the game. He was stuck in the loading screen or stuck in the login screen, and he couldn't get in. So Forsaken Warlord let him log out in his bed in his Freelancer Max. And then Gato Kane was able to log back in and then be able to get back into the game. So that was a workaround that I actually listened to happen.
I have much time to play tonight. I hope you can get me into the group tonight.
What was that? For some reason, I don't have... Hold on. Oh, Robert Ransom, I have much time to play tonight. I hope you can get me into the group tonight. I hope so too, Robert. I want to play with you, buddy. I want you on Microtech with me. So let's you know what? I'm not good on my own, I guess. So let's go ahead and get some Cobros on here. If it's too noisy, what I'm going to do, and this is always a rule, if it's too noisy in the live chat, what I'm going to do is go down in a private room and pull people in one by one. But lately it's been okay. It's been it hasn't been entirely too noisy. So let me jump into the Discord. If you guys would like to get into the show here, you can do that by going into Cobra Force Comms in our Discord. It's a voice room, a voice channel. And I see quite a few people. We got Don Solo, Forsaken Warlord, Ghost of Slack, Lone Star, MF Hansen, Nemesis 1, Cyber, Robert Ransom, Smurd. We got the Sentient and Xtor in the Cobra Force Comms. If anybody is waiting in the Atlas room, the Atlas 102.5 FM room, if you want to get on the show, head on down just a little bit down further and get into that Cobra Force Comms, and that is where we're going to be. But we're going into the Cobra Force room in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
Hey, what's going on? Oh, that was a lot quicker.
How's the room tonight? What are you guys up to?
Stuff.
I'm about to make a delivery to Hurston with titanium in my Cutlass Black.
Oh,
the ferret has entered the chat.
The ferret is here! What is up, buddy?
To be honest, we were mostly just insulting Adam.
Oh, yeah, good. Good. That's exactly what I want to see happen.
Here's all the trash getting trashed.
I went and melted my
And just under the pillow crying.
Got the black and I got the Pirate Gladius.
So, did anybody get into the PTU when they were testing the player count?
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I was in the
Yes, I did.
minutes.
How did it go? Did it still run pretty smooth with 60 people?
It was good.
Yes,
It was
fine.
Okay.
I
Alright.
heard that they're getting ready to do the 70 later. They're just not saying when yet.
That's nice. 70. Wow. Wow. They. I mean, do you know how hard it's going to be to go through there to find your friends to invite to a party after it gets to like 1,000 people?
They just need a search bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what they need.
Well, Cobra, prepare yourself to. Hey, can you add me?
Yeah.
Because I can't find duos.
That's every Friday night.
There's just 1,000 people, but they all have numbers. Cobra, can you add number 723?
Can you add a number 17,432?
That's very specific.
Exactly.
Well,
All right, so I want to
it is
get
a
in the game
Friday.
tonight and do this thing called the run. It's where all of us chase about 6 or more people. We're gonna have to figure that out. How many people are going to be running away from us? And I want to do it 2 different ways. I want them to be bounties at first, no ships used, everybody on foot, and then the second time, I want there to they're not bounties, right? So whoever's running, they have to leave the party. So that way, when they're running from us, we literally have to hunt them with ships and searchlights throughout Microtech. They're completely not seen to us by a marker or anything. We literally have to go through the woods and hunt them, and they could do things like hide and shoot us as we're trying to find them. All right, so
I'm in the process of buying guns for it right now.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
As well.
Can I make a suggestion real quick?
You sure can, buddy.
When people are using ships, they can't use the ship's main weapons because that's kind of too overpowered for like ship versus one guide. I mean, it's kind of overpowered. How about instead, there are people on board the ships.
That shouldn't have been possible.
And you can have them shoot out of the back.
Okay, I agree with that. Yep. And that's exactly why I want to have this talk, so we can kind of figure that stuff out. So we could use the ships for like searchlights in case it's dark, and we could also use it to cover lots of ground to find people.
So you want to use them like a Huey or a Blackhawk?
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the capability of shooting out of them, but not their guns.
So that'll be the second run. Right? The first run, we're just going to do it as bounties and see how that goes. The second run is going to be no markers for the people that we're chasing. See which way's more fun. But here's the thing, like, you know, they have to make it to an armistice zone. So we're also going to have to figure out how far away is good enough. How far is too far? How close is too close to drop them off to start chasing them from the armistice zone at New Babbage? And the other thing is, do we say, okay, only there could be only one, so they all have to kill each other before they get to the new armistice zone? Maybe we have a box that they have to fight over. That's it. One person has to... Okay, so somebody will pick up a box. We'll put the box there somewhere right near the armistice zone. Maybe about a minute away from it. And the people who are running are going to have to get that box, and there could be only one person holding that box, so they're all going to have to try and kill each other.
I also have another suggestion.
What's that?
The runners are in a different Discord call from the hunters, so maybe they could team up a little bit before the box.
Yes.
Alrighty.
All right, we'll do that. See, this is why we're talking about it, man, so we can work this out, iron this out. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to create a really awesome video.
To be honest, I want to be a runner now. This sounds really fun.
I'll be a runner so I can shoot at him in the face.
Okay, Lance.
Trust me, it's fun. It is so much fun shooting him in the face.
Well, Adam, you see, I need to get my revenge because you replaced me as a co-pilot.
You might want to go to one of those cracked sites and grab one of those boxes there that are floating around. So
Also,
that there's no marker on it.
Yeah.
If you want, I have a hammerhead you could use because you can open the side doors.
You could also use this one anvil ship, the Valkyrie.
Yep. It's got door guns, too.
Except those are size 1 guns, I think.
So I went to go buy a ship earlier, and I think it was... what was it? Maybe it was the Arrow or the Hawk. It was the Hawk. I wasn't going to buy it, but I went to go check it out, and there was no buying option for it. Why is that?
It's one of the ships that's available for the anniversary sale.
So you can't purchase it?
There's certain most of the ships you can't buy all year.
Oh, man.
You can get it in game though.
How much are they selling it for in game?
Don't remember. I just know it's at
I don't know if it's for sale in game right now.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a couple million.
That's a lot of Kovalix box missions.
That's a lot of boxes.
So I just had something happen that I don't understand how it could happen. I was destroyed, yet I had full shields.
Ballistics.
And ballistics?
Yeah, ballistic ammo can go through your shield and destroy your ship.
There goes that load of cargo.
Oh, were you at Hurston?
Yeah, I had a cargo titanium.
I want every Cobra to fire missiles into Hurston. Listen, They did the same.
I think he just declared war on Hurston. All right.
They did the same thing to me. That's why I'm broke.
No, it was a pirate who destroyed me.
Oh, it was a pirate?
Yeah, I had like 30,000 in titanium on my ship.
Still, shoot Thurston.
Yeah, it's Thurston's fault. It happened on their in their city. It happened in Loreville, so therefore they're responsible for it, man. So if they don't want to give it back to you, then yeah, fire missiles at them.
Jesus.
So where are we going to do we're doing a Microtech hunt or a different planet?
Microtech. Yep, we're going to Microtech.
Maybe
until they give us a moon that looks like Endor.
Well, yeah. I mean, go ahead and head back to Microtech then.
Oh wait, there was some there's some not fan art. There was some like concept art about a moon that looked a lot like Endor in Citizen Con. I forgot what it was, but it looked really cool.
Probably one of the moons for Microtech that's coming out. Maybe.
Can't wait for that.
Justin says the Hawk is 1.2 million at ArcCorp. I could do that.
That's not bad, actually.
Can you imagine that, man? Going to a jungle planet. Watch out for the Predator.
The Hawk can be pretty difficult to fly though. Like it's a very fragile ship.
It's very quick though.
And agile. Shields, you can get some survivability out of it.
But squishy.
I'll head to Microtech and my Gladius.
Note to self, Cobra, do not ram things with your Hawk. It generally doesn't end well.
That's why I was trying to ram Erebus yesterday.
So that's another thing with Erebus. How many of us were trying to attack this one man?
Well, there were 3 in my Cutlass.
I wish I was there so that I would have made a possible 4. So, but I wasn't there.
Lance was kind of just watching, but he was there for moral support. So like 4.
Don Solo.
Yeah, Don Solo. So 5.
Mannequin.
Mannequin. 6.
Mac.
7. Are you trying to teach me how to count here?
Admiral S was there also.
All right.
So this guy Erebus, right? He's in our org. He was he was a bounty, and there was so many of us trying to kill this one man, and he survived forever, chewing us up. Killed Don Solo twice, and Don Solo's a great pilot. And
I killed him 3 times.
3 times? Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, we shouldn't bring that up. That's
apparently not so good.
Don't bring up old things, Cobra.
But Erebus is just one heck of a pilot, man, and it just really he was in a Hawk, and he was trying to EMP us and just doing circles around us. Erebus is just absolutely wonderful as far as his skill for being a pilot, and I just wanted to kind of give Erebus a big shout out there. I've never seen anything like that so far playing Star Citizen, and I couldn't imagine anybody being on the other side of his guns.
Kobe was also there.
Kobe, that's right. Yeah, it was
so
unreal.
like drop them off 1,000 kilometers away and make it like a 4-day event. Marathon, never stop.
I have to go to work eventually, and sleep, and eat, and other normal favorite things.
Dude, Erebus is just like, in the background, just drinking a bunch of coffee. Oh, here's another one.
All right, yeah. So
earlier today, dogfighting.
What's that?
I was flying I did pretty good earlier dogfighting in my Cutlass. Earlier, I had that patrol mission over near Magda, where you had to do from point to point to get the with the pirates and stuff. I managed to take out all 8 of them in my Cutlass with my current loadout, which is 2 of the main normal guns and 2 of the neutron repeaters, snowfall coolers, and the shields. So I was using uncoupled, decoupled flight to keep them within range, and as soon as they go fly past me, I decoupled and track them and just hammer them.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, hello.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Cobra.
What's on your mind today? What brings you on the show?
Today?
What's that?
Are y'all doing the story thing today?
What story?
Oh yeah. You got a story for us?
Oh man, I just had the greatest day ever. I had to tell somebody about it.
Okay, let me turn this background music down so I can make sure you are front and center here. And then I'll try and remember where this is in the show, and I'll just grab it from it. I've got a lot more from the other Friday show too that I'm going to be pulling out. But go ahead, buddy. Tell us your story.
Okay, so I've been playing for maybe a month and a half, and I've been playing with Mel on his channel.
Right.
And I think Lone Star Sixer plays over there too, if I think so. And so I'm getting used to the verse and everything, and I don't have that many ships. Well, today I met this guy on Star Citizen in the verse, and we became pretty good friends. He started showing me around the verse. He took me to his Argo Mole. He showed me how to mine for the first time. And it so happened that this guy got a glitch in the game, and it gave him like 100 million UEC, right?
What?
Yeah, so he didn't tell me about this when we started. And he's like, come on, man, I'll show you how to mine. You haven't mined, right? And I was like, no, I haven't mined. I barely know how to do anything in the game yet. So he showed me how to mine, how to bust a rock, how not to blow yourself up. He was real patient with me. And we got done. We went to go take the stuff that we got out of the rocks and turn it in and get our money from it. And he got 30 grand off of it. So he said, come over here. I'm going to send you a beacon, and I'm going to pay you. And when I got my beacon, I looked at it, and I couldn't believe the zeros. He gave me like $55 million UEC.
My God.
And
Holy
he's like,
crap.
go take that money and buy that Caterpillar you want and this and that. And I was like, dude, this is the greatest thing ever. I was like planning my nights out, how I was going to grind out, get enough UEC to get my Caterpillar so that I could make money to buy my Carrack and my Connie and all that stuff. So when the game came along, I could go explore the verse. And this guy just handed it over to me for, 30 minutes of mining. And I was just like, God, this is the best ever. And then I don't know if I could talk about this, but I was starting a stream. I'm not particularly trying to be a streamer, but
oh yeah, everybody's allowed to talk about their channels. Yes.
Okay, and I was trying to see if my computer could handle it all, because I just kind of tinker with stuff. It wasn't my intention to do any of it. So Vegas found me on there. He was like the first guy that found me, and we played all day long with one viewer. And then all of a sudden I got raided by HC Vertigo with like 70 people, and they stayed on. I got like 45, 50 people who stayed on for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Awesome,
and
buddy.
It's just the most awesome way to end the day, and it's all because of Star Citizen. So
yeah, hey, make sure you put your channel in our self-promotion spot here on Discord.
Yeah, as soon as I figure out how to use Discord, I'll do it.
Okay,
I'm so new. I told you before, the last thing I played was Wing Commander, right? And I'm still trying to figure out how to use everything. So I was just super happy and excited.
So you've been playing for about a month. What?
Month and a half.
Month and a half. What game were you playing before heavily?
I wasn't playing anything. I was just playing retro PC games. I was still playing Prophecy, stuff like that. I was building old Windows 98 computers and messing around with that. And I built a rig so that I can, transfer old Windows copies over faster to the old hard drive so that I could get my old rigs running. Mm-hmm. And I had all this stuff lying around, so I put it all together, and I found Star Citizen, and I'm so glad that I did, because it's been like the best game ever.
Yeah,
well,
it's
from
really
what I
amazing.
understand, Star Citizen is pretty much Chris Roberts' baby of extending where he started out with Wing Commander and Privateer.
Yeah.
That's how I found it, because I was looking up games like Wing Commander, and of course it brought me straight to. Actually, I saw Squadron 42, and I put Star Citizen to the side for about 6-7 months. And then I got bored of waiting for Squadron 42, so I just installed Star Citizen and started checking it out on. Actually, Cobra was the first video I watched on Star Citizen ever. So I kind of owe it to you, Cobra, because I wouldn't be able to get into all this if it wasn't for your video that I watched.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. Like, that's one of the things I was hoping so much that I would be able to do, is reach out to brand new people. And trying to get them into the verse as well. Robert Ransom, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much for that donation.
Just to be clear, you didn't use his videos as tutorials, did you? Because that's like the opposite of what you
Oh no! I watched it
anti-tutorial.
for purely inspirational purposes.
Oh, thank God.
Like when I crash a plane or a ship and I feel like giving up, I go watch Cobra TV, and then I'm like, man, I'm gonna get back in there and go find Hurston and look at some trees and stuff.
Dude, I can't get away from the game when I'm at work. I'm a supervisor where I work, man, and I'm sitting there freaking daydreaming about Star Citizen. Actually, this book, I bought this book right here. I'm so obsessed with the darn game that when I'm at work and everything's running smooth and I got a little bit of downtime, I write ideas.
You're on your phone flipping through, Googling for Star Citizen.
I write down ideas of what I'm going to do next in the verse in this book, and I plan out my journey and everything like that. But yeah, this game has completely taken me over.
Yeah.
How we call it now? Like it's run.
I was looking back through your backlog, Cobra, because you've changed from, what was it, No Man's Sky?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then you had never looked at Star Citizen before?
No, I did. I actually covered it a very long time ago, right? I backed the game in 2015, but I couldn't play it. I tried to play it, and I realized very quickly I didn't have a PC that could run it. And then so I just sat on it for a while, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to cover the game. So I started covering the game, and then I realized that there were people who could play it that were covering the game, and they were, talking about the updates, and they were doing this, and I didn't feel like I was treating the development with the utmost respect that I could, because I wasn't able to play it. So I stopped covering the development. Just because there was a lot of people who were more capable of me at the time, who were able to get into the verse and play. I couldn't. So I just backed off of covering Star Citizen. And then last September, now I have a PC that can play the game, and I decided to click it after all this time and was just blown away.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of like what I did, too. I put it on the back burner for a while.
Yeah.
But only 7 months. So when did you first get into it? A few years ago?
What, Star Citizen?
Yeah, when you first started covering it, when you were first aware of it.
I was first aware of it in 2015.
Okay. Yeah, see the guys who've been there for a long time, they stick around, and my hat's off to them because they went through a lot.
Yep. Yeah, they have been through a lot. Uh-huh. Yeah, they've been through a lot of delays. They've been through a lot of no game to play.
3.0 was the best patch ever.
Why is that?
Because it wasn't.
Oh, so many new features to test out. So little time.
Well, I heard the flight model was a lot better.
So I'll tell a little story here. 3.0. And all those longtime backers that played 3.0 know this. 3.0 was launched like 3.8, right before the holidays. Everybody's excited. It was the first major update to the game. Mm-hmm. 3.0, wow, is going to change everything. And if you could last more than 5 minutes in the game, you were doing good.
Yeah,
really good. It was completely unplayable. Frame rates were under 10 FPS. Running a simple cargo mission to the nearest moon was the biggest risk ever. I don't know how many times you lose all your UAC just trying to get off the landing pad. Oh, yeah. It was terrible. So when we see 3.8 come out, and for me it's fairly playable. I play quite a bit. I go a couple hours at a time without crashing. And then you hear everybody talking about, it's so buggy, and it's like, yeah.
You have no idea.
Not really.
Yeah, 3.0 release, the mini game, and that was, can you get out of the hab before you crash?
Yeah. It was fun times.
That sounded like fun.
Nah, not really.
No. But I mean, to their credit, before
What's
they
up,
got
buddy?
to the next patch, they patched it up, they got it running, and it turned out to be a really good patch. And it added a lot of content and a lot of features to the game that are a lot of fun today. But boy, those Christmas releases are it's always like, well, here we go again.
Let me ask you this. When you said features, did you mean features or features?
Yes.
Okay. That's
all of the above.
That's good enough for me.
Hey, Cobra.
Yeah, buddy.
Do you know you're not live on Twitch?
Yeah,
Yes, he does.
I've been kind of like warned not to multi-stream because of the program Twitch I'm in. So here's how we're going to do it. So the podcast, YouTube's going to be kept to three things. It's going to be kept to clean, edited videos that show my story in the verse, solo gameplay. The second thing on YouTube is going to be this Friday live podcast, subcast, where you get to call in, we get to talk about Star Citizen and bring up any topic that you would like to talk about. The third thing is going to be a weekly recap of all the things that happen on Twitch. So all of the live gameplay is going to be on Twitch. Sometimes it could be pretty...
Someone's having a fun time in the background.
Yes, that is my youngest daughter. I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. Don't apologize. So all the live gameplay is going to be on Twitch. So tonight, when we get into the game and do this big thing called the run, we're going to be doing it on Twitch. So if you're not following me on Twitch, go over there if you want to watch it live. But don't worry, you're not going to miss a darn thing here on YouTube, because I'm going to take all those boring parts of menus and party invites and all that stuff, and it's all going to be cut out, and it's going to be edited nice and clean for YouTube. And I'm going to be putting it here next week.
Nice and shiny.
Yeah, nice and shiny.
Fair like shiny.
Yeah, I definitely want to be part of this tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be super, super fun. Who is the org? The org is the Cobra Force. It is a team of explorers and bounty hunters. The explorers can go out and explore the final frontier for us, send us back pictures, great places for us to gather and party and have fun in the verse, show us great places for us to go see, like the, kind of like the 8 wonders of the star system sort of thing.
You need to say that again with the echo.
What's that?
Like the echo voice, like the God voice and stuff.
The Cobra Force. The Cobra Force?
The Cobra Force. Force.
The Cobra Force.
Yeah,
that's right. That's what we are. But and then the rest of us are there could be people in the org that can help us out with UEC. Maybe we can pull together some UEC to buy a ship in the game. Maybe we can pull that stuff, that UEC, together to help get ammunition, weapons, all the stuff that we need to do to become a very feared bounty hunter force in every server. I want every server to know who we are. I want if there's somebody is a pirate that likes to play the game that way, I want them to constantly look at the server to make sure that there's nobody from the Cobra Force coming in, because if they do, they know that they're in trouble. So
we also want the AUEC for all the not repairs.
Oh my God, yes.
For all the what's it called? Insurance fraud. I mean, reclaiming of ships.
Definitely got to have a carrier.
Don't forget about the capability of having support for the Cobra Force as well.
Got to have gunners for the
medics.
Yep. If the Cobra Force has a main ship, you got to have people who would be dedicated gunners for it.
Let me see if I can get the link to the org. It should be right here. I found it. Hold on. All right, so yeah, I got the link.
Well,
you know what's going to happen?
Oh, I think ICAT already did it.
Pirate Force.
Thank you, ICAT. I think ICAT already did it. Wow, that was quick.
New ships. I'm so happy. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Who did I interrupt?
No. I thought that was unmuted. But I'm sorry. Just ignore the ferret.
Ignore the ferret.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to tell you. What's going to happen is Team Vega is going to end up being a pirate force.
Too OP.
She's a good gamer, man. She's going to learn really quick. She's going to learn quicker than me. That's for sure.
So the Cobra.
Yeah.
When your wife does join, are you guys going to enact the rule of 2?
No, because we need friends.
No, we need Sith Lord. Stop.
But yeah, I can't wait till she gets in. So it's about maybe a week or 2 weeks away. At the most 2 weeks, earliest probably a week. And then she's going to be... I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
More importantly, when do the T-shirts go on sale?
I got T-shirts now. We got Cobra Force T-shirts. So if you guys want
the Team Vega shirt.
Oh, the Team Vega. I don't know. First, I want to get her in the verse and get her known, and then if she wants a T-shirt, then she can have. Yeah, we'll give her a T-shirt.
That's a boycott right there.
Well, I used to be a T-shirt graphic designer. I designed a bunch of T-shirts. Yeah, when I first started as a graphic designer, I got to a company where I would design T-shirts, sports uniforms for high school. So
you did the protein.
Send me a message, buddy. Send me a message.
All right.
Because I'm horrible at designing T-shirts. The ones that I have are good because I've had help by people, but I've tried it on my own, and I'm not that good.
Yeah,
but we do have the Cobra Force shirts, and we've got a shirt, a regular Cobra TV shirt, and a shirt that says Cobra shot first twice. And that was lore about the 2 pirates who took my ship and I killed them. Noobishly killed them. But that's what that shirt's about. But okay, so what kind of topics do you guys want to get into tonight before we start getting into the game?
Were you able to watch Star Citizen Live?
Was that today?
It happened. Yeah, today, like 3 or 4 hours ago.
No, I didn't. I was still sleeping at that time.
Okay. Right. You sleep.
What?
I saw half of it. I didn't get that far.
Well, the gist was they're working on it. It's coming soon.
They know the bugs. They're working on the bugs.
But it's not their fault they're answering stuff like that, because most of the questions that were asked were already known, already had answers to them. Just players just don't do the research before asking a question. I guess one thing we took away from Star Citizen Live was that all the recent bugs, the very recent bugs we had with 3.8, and a lot of people are having trouble with the game. And they explained that it was most of it, 90% of it was server-side OCS or SOCs, because it reaches out to every entity the game has. And since it's just the first iteration, and of course they had vacations after they've implemented SOCs, it was obviously going to have bugs, but they are now heavily working on server-side OCS bugs, so we should have a quality of life patch in 3.8.2 or something like that. So yeah, that was probably the biggest thing they said about.
That's just fake news.
Fake news.
3.8.1 will have the quality of life, is what they said, Eric.
All right. The ship is agile.
Yeah, well, one of the things with server-side OCS is it was a huge bottleneck to the game. Mm-hmm. And you open up that bottleneck, it's going to relieve that pressure. That pressure is going to go somewhere, and it's going to highlight a bunch of other systems that probably weren't a problem before, but now that you've got a lot more flow to the game, it's creating issues that were probably present all along, but didn't create an issue because server-side performance wasn't good enough to highlight those problems. So now they can hunt down those bugs that have always been there, but we just haven't seen them yet.
Right.
That service could keep up to cloud the bugs.
Here's what I want to know, and it's the biggest question for me, is I understand that NPCs can mess up in games. I've seen it, and I've been a gamer forever. I've seen NPCs do crazy, crazy things, but I've never seen NPCs that literally look like they're possessed, haunted. and why are they specifically standing on freaking chairs?
Well, it's a trend. It's a trend.
It's a 2949 version of planking.
They're just
yes, exactly. Like, look, they're choosing chairs. Do you understand this?
They're just asserting dominance. It's cool.
You get on the train. You get on a train, and you look over. The NPCs have literally moved against the wall to stand on the chairs to stare at you while you're on the train.
It's literally what Warlike was about. The servers
It's gotta
getting
be
too much
something with
information.
AI,
So the AI is getting the same amount of information and things to do at the same time. So they're going crazy. Just
yeah.
you know.
Aside from the ways they
scripting
are
of the AI
acting
is
also
messing up.
weird, we were actually caught. The reason why they look like they're haunted or why very weird to look at and everything is because these have hit the uncanny valley. They look too human, yet they're not acting it, and our brains can't take that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That does
So
make sense.
that's why they look haunted. They look like they have no souls. They're all like ghost-like.
Why are they standing on chairs everywhere?
It's up
Because of the mice.
The programming sucks.
Because they see.
You know how many rats they get?
It's because they seen the tactical ferret scurrying, and they're like, "Oh my god!" What?
Did you say tentacle ferret?
I said tactical ferret. Yes.
I was in a rest and relax space station, and I walked through this doorway, and there were these group of them. They were just standing there, and then a few of them turned and looked at me. And this one girl, she started breaking her own neck, and it just stared at me. And then I look over to my right, and there's a bunch of them standing on chairs over there, and I'm like, dude, this is a horror game at this point.
It's awesome though, right?
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I think it's like freaking cool as hell, right? But I just don't understand how. Okay, I understand NPCs not working, but why are they acting this way?
Well, by standing on the
other thing
chairs,
about the
they
server
get the high
side-
ground. You know,
the server side stuff is
They're on the high
the
ground.
server's running at 5 FPS right now. They want to get that to 30, but it's running at 5. So the updates the servers do are a lot less often than what we do. So things get really wonky when you start doing that. I don't know why they're picking chairs. Maybe they want you to stare at their crotch. I don't know.
today, today's live.
Giant Levski, yeah.
Good God.
Today's live Q&A kind of touched upon that. There was a question to why the NPC pilots, when they used to work, are now a bit buggy, and they did say it was due to server-side OCS. So I'm imagining that the NPCs on the ground on stations are also having similar problems with server-side OCS.
And also, they said that they have reverted them to, I think they call it mannequin status. So they're basically just standing there, maybe moving their heads a little bit. But most of them aren't walking around or doing anything.
But nobody asked the important question: why the chairs?
Why the
Because
chairs?
If they're on top of the chair, they get the high ground.
I was about to make a start.
I understand if they're just standing there on the
over.
ground and not moving, maybe turning their head to look at you, which is still creepy alone. But no, it's chairs, and
I think it's because they go to the chair because they are probably at some point going to be coded to sit on the chair. But
you know what?
that
You're
haven't been
probably
implemented
right.
Yet, so they just go to the chair and stand there.
Oh, you're such a smart dude. That's
that's
probably
why-
what it is. They're probably supposed to be sitting there.
Right. That's what I figure is their AI is messing up for them to sit on the chair or the couch or whatever, and they're not. It's like the code is skipping.
Yeah, there's
What's happening is you're walking in while they're trying to sit down, and they see you, so they stop to look at you, and then they bug out, and so they just keep looking at you, and it gets really creepy.
Yep, I just saw an NPC earlier.
It's
at,
not a bug.
I keep saying
It's a
these
feature.
rats.
Right? No, there's a flag on your account that they do that just to screw with you.
There's gotta be rats.
I just had an NPC over at Everest who was walking, all of a sudden their neck started rotating 360 degrees, and they're like, what?
He had a little scratch he needed to get.
Somebody
Here goes
needs to
another one.
write some fan lore, some kind of
Oh
like
my god, here goes another one. This person,
creepy
this NPC
horror
supposed to be
story about
walking.
the weird, not NPCs, but just write some fan lore about the behavior of those people.
Just pod
Oh, that
people.
there's some kind of virus affecting them.
Yeah.
Dude, can I just say how Socks pulled a total Darth Vader? It was supposed to be the chosen one to make everything. Then it just turned on us all.
Well, I must say
supposed to bring balance to the server.
I just saw an NPC here at Tressler who was walking, but their both feet were together. They're moving ahead with both feet together, up the stairs, and then as soon as they got up the stairs a little ways, they started walking normally, leaned against the wall, and went partially into the wall.
I think Chris
are the
Roberts.
the ones that stand on each other.
Yeah.
And only one will look at you, so it'll morph its face out of its face, and one will look at you, and then the other one will look away. It's like, whoa.
That's
On
perfect.
Hurston, I've seen a couple of soldiers standing really close to each other.
Oh, okay.
Really.
I have an idea for a fanfic.
Thank you, Southern Knights.
It's
Hey,
some kind
Cobra,
of-
there is another activity for you.
What's
an
that?
An all-out boxing, 2 teams.
Fight
Yeah,
Club?
we could do that. Me and Adam did that, like an 80s
Cobra
movie we
Force
did.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
I have.
Fight Club, what?
Box.
Cobra lost to me in boxing like 5 times in a row.
What?
The
Yeah.
question is,
I was afraid of his
we can
hair.
do a circle. We do a circle. 2 people
You still have the
fight.
Mohawk, right, Cobra?
The loser leave, and no one comes in.
No, Cobra actually went bald. The Mohawk's gone.
Yeah, I shaved. I went to got my hair cut at her L5, and then it's gone. Yeah.
So,
Why?
Hi, Cobra. This is
Bald is beautiful.
Hell no, I did my mohawk because of you said so.
We missed you, Cosmic.
Oh,
who is dying? Who's dying?
Reporting to you live from Port Olisar, it is being attacked by the Vandal.
Don't
YouTube
mean-
streamer arrested today.
No,
Who's getting swatted?
don't you mean you're getting swatted? I mean, who said that? Shh.
Oh, Tactical Ferret loved the song. It's a small world after.
I don't
all."
like that song. No,
Yes,
shut up.
You liked it when I came on that one day.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Oh my. Oh my, Ferret.
Wow, that's a weird conversation.
Gag, I'm pretty sure I
When are
made
we
fun
going
of
to
you
get
for saying
the
that.
Cobra Force background soundtrack?
How do you even? What even is it? I forgot how it goes. We all have to do like a. We all have to sing the Cobra Force song.
Oh, we need a
don't
theme
even
song.
know
So if
the
anybody knows how to do like a theme song,
No.
do a theme song.
Gag, sing.
Or how about this one? Dun, dun,
Ba-da-ba-da,
dun, the 18 song. Or
Sing,
dun,
you
dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I got one that no one has ever heard.
G.I. Joe.
Dun, 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 dun.
Or how about this? We could stick with the origins and use a song from Cobra Kai.
That's copyright.
Or we could use No Man's Sky soundtrack as our no.
I think we would get hit with a bunch of legal fees.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
Right.
Somebody needs to start an org called the Joes so we can have proper opponents.
Oh God, yes. Oh
That's literally
man.
what I did.
Do you know what I really themed my name of my channel after? It wasn't the G.I. Joe. It wasn't Cobra from the G.I. Joe universe. It was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. And not so much my favorite movie now as an adult, but just a lot of nostalgia. Is Cobra with Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yes.
Great movie. Awesome car.
Here's a fact people don't know. Cobra was Sylvester Stallone was originally offered the role for Beverly Hills Cop, but he wanted it to be a darker type of movie than what it was, and they picked Eddie Murphy as the role. So he went and had Cobra. He got signed on to do Cobra, which is supposed to be a darker version of Beverly Hills Cop.
So
that's the whole concept.
His
of
gun's
True story.
awesome. And then here's my little desk Cobra. It's a little skeleton Cobra. So I love the snakes. I love the movie. It's not so much the cartoon though.
The movie was also originally offered to Schwarzenegger and I cannot remember the martial arts actor. They both turned it down. That's why they
Jean-Claude?
went with Sylvester. No.
Jackie Chan?
Jean-Claude was not old enough at that time.
Oh.
Okay, so let's get back into Star Citizen. We're getting kind of crazy here.
Seagal?
Chuck Norris, sorry.
Seagal.
Oh, was it the Chuck Norris, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think.
I know it's a cooler looking Cobra car, the Shelby Cobra from the 60s.
Yes. Oh, yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
So what are they? What 3.9? Are we getting anything for Crusader, or is that 4.0?
That's 4.0.
That's
actually
4.0.
wait, Crusader. No, I think they removed it off the map completely.
They took it off the map, but they were talking about it doing in 4.0 along with the cloud.
Yeah.
Because they need the cloud system for Crusader.
I just want my Carrack. Give Carrack, please.
Give Carrack.
It's been how many years? 5 years?
Not.
So the Carrack is they got 95 tasks out of 161 completed for the Carrack.
Yes, it's been like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crusader? Or is that 4.0?
Crusader is still in the 4.0.
Wait, Crusader. No, I think they removed it off the map completely.
Hold on. Let me start speaking so I can hear my amazing
4.0 along with
Your voice is not amazing.
Vanguard. That's Vanguard.
Yeah, that's Vanguard.
No, Crusader is still on 4.0.
It's been how many years? 5 years?
I don't think they've updated the roadmap since before the break.
Well, they're saying that they're
Vanguard
doing the roadmap update, next week?
Yeah, next week Friday.
So we should know
Sadly,
by
yes.
next Friday what kind of surprises are in for us.
I was saying
Maybe some more features.
Crusader is still on 4.0.
Excuse me.
As well as
is
Horizon.
Horizon Landing Zone.
Erebus, you owe me your I think we need to have a talk about this. Your insurance.
My insurance? What insurance?
Exactly.
The insurance that you apparently used to slam into the Albatross last night.
I didn't slam into the Albatross.
Okay, so apparently an Anvil Hawk hovering against over a Connie after you said you were gonna go do a flyby, a random Anvil Hawk ran into the Albatross.
You have no proof of these lies.
I do have proof actually on GoPro's latest trailer.
You do know that random hawk was Erebus, right?
That's why I'm calling him out. That's exactly why I'm calling him out.
Go ahead. Oh, never mind.
If anybody hears Vanguard speaking, let me know. I temporarily muted him for the feedback. So if you hear him speaking, let me know so I can unmute him. It's showing Crusader on 4.0, like Erebus said. And it also says that the design, creation, and implementation of Gas Giant Crusader includes points of interest around the planet is scheduled. But then it says Orison Landing Zone, which is that on Crusader?
Yes,
it is.
Cloud City.
Okay,
the entire shipyard of the city hovering above the sky of the
there won't actually be any points of interest on the planet itself because it's a gas giant.
Gas giant.
Can't land on it. They'll be around hovering.
So it's like Sky City from Star Wars.
Yeah,
well,
that's
Cloud
amazing.
City, but
That's sick.
yes.
Cloud City, whatever. My bad. That's sick.
How could
Use
you
your Star Wars card. You say that again.
Adam,
How could you get that wrong?
I would like to point out that when that Hulk cut through that cutty like hot butter, it it came out the other side with a whole Hulk.
Don't hold back.
Straight through the hole.
Well, you know what they say about Drake. If you can't burn through my armor if I don't have any.
I also like to point out that I think I saw a roll of duct tape flying out to somewheres.
Hey, having no armor is best armor, isn't it?
Yeah, literally, at all times I carry 8 SCU of duct tape in the back of my cutlass.
Is that the why you're so back heavy?
Exactly.
So I got a few questions for some of you guys that have been around for a while in the Star Citizen community and world. There is something that they have on 4.0 called Push and Pull. I know what it is, but it says that it's scheduled. Does that mean that it hasn't even started development yet?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so then that takes me back to the visual trailer for Squadron 42, where we actually seen Push and Pull happen in that trailer. So my question is, if we see it happen, then they've started the development and it's not scheduled.
No.
So since it happened in the visual trailer, are they hiding things from us because of Squadron 42?
Yeah,
They're hiding a lot of things for us, but that was most likely animated.
Well, just to clear up, they do have to transfer the animations or code from Squadron 42 to Star Citizen, which they haven't done, and they do have to polish it for Star Citizen for it to actually work. So I'm guessing.
Yeah, you can get a lot away with a lot more in a single player game than you can in a multiplayer game as far as coding. So you can kind of cheat a little bit on Star Citizen. You can't cheat once you put it into the persistent universe. So they got to do more work to it. That's part of it. But the other part of it is like the mole. We never saw the mole on the. I don't think we ever did anyway. On the roadmap, it just showed up. Right. They like to surprise us.
Ships, for CIG, straight to flyable ships, they sell more compared to the ships that's on the schedule.
Well, that's what I think they're. From what I understand, they're planning on releasing a lot ready flight to go ships and showing it on the roadmap. Say here, we've finished it, it's ready for flight, ready for purchase. There you go.
Yeah, the one thing I really find these straight to flyable ships quite annoying is that you have all these ships in concept. Why don't you just finish those?
Exactly. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, like Carrick, it's been in development probably how many years and still not done yet.
Right. To be fair, there's some gameplay items that they have to build before they can put some of these ships in game. And so it's wasted effort to build a ship that doesn't have any of the core features that you need in order to implement the ship. So
it's understandable for the whole series, right? But for the ships that does have a defined role in the game, take the Carrick. It's the easiest thing. It's just a ship with a cargo hold with a ship on top. It doesn't really fill a role other than exploration.
But don't forget about the Constellation Taurus as well. That's got a role, and they still haven't built that.
True.
I think there's something. I think there's something about the Taurus that's probably been changed that's going to make it different from the other constellations.
I heard there's going to be a rework for the constellations. That's why they're holding it off. That's what I heard.
There's the constellations have a very big technical problem. Like for example, their bottom two weapons, if you use fixed guns, they actually ghost under the landing pad because they're just too big.
There's a lot of physics problems and just functionality problems with the Constellation in general. That needs to be fixed, and I think I think he's right. They're working it, and that's why you just don't see some of that stuff yet.
I saw some of that in chat earlier today in one of the servers.
And drum. Every time I landed, I had to repair it because it was taking just random damage. Like, why are you taking damage? And
Connie's my daily driver, so it's a fun ship. But there's a lot of little issues that you have to work around.
I love it. You know me. I love flying my Phoenix all the time.
But
I like being trapped in the cargo bay of the Phoenix to get access.
Oh yeah, nope.
But back to your original point, Cobra. They hold stuff back on purpose. They know that if they do a straight to flyable ship, it sells better because people want to be able to buy something and get in the game and fly it.
Right.
So, in order to continue to generate the revenue that they need in order to continue to develop, they do things like that. It bugs longtime backers. It doesn't bug me, but a lot of longtime backers don't like it because they're like, "We back the game. You should tell us what you're doing all the time." But the other side of it is on the marketing side is, and this is why people don't like marketing guys. They tell them you got to hold stuff back because we need something that splashes because it sells better, and we get more money that way, and that money is what you use to develop the game. So,
well, my point is, are they okay? Like the push and pull. I don't know if that's animation or not, but
that stuff that was in the visual trailer was faked.
Yeah, all of it. It's probably CG. Most likely CG.
Yeah, I mean it's probably coded into the engine, but it's not something. It was
what about the assets
fairly
that
scripted and stuff like that? Not
locations
something
and assets.
Everything that you see in the trailer most likely is CG'd.
It was probably built in the engine, but it was scripted to work a certain way, and you can't play it, so it's not really started.
But they built it in the engine. That a lot of those things that we've seen were assets that were created, and they're just waiting. Is what I'm saying. Like a lot of those things, you could CGI them, but the locations, and other things are assets that they have that they can and probably will implement to.
Well, a great example is the Idris. The Idris is complete. It is feature complete, ready for implementation into the universe. And they're not going to do it until Squadron 42 launches.
That's my point. That's what I mean by holding back.
There's a lot of pieces that go with Squadron 42 that are like that. That's why you haven't seen an update on Squadron 42 roadmap for a while, because they're to a point now where they don't want to give away all the secrets.
Exactly, because it's
exciting and new.
Yeah, it's a standalone game, and there's a lot of spoilers, and that's what I mean by like holding things back. Like, you know, like I keep coming back to the push and pull, like holding things back because they don't want to spoil things for people. They don't want to give everything that's away in Squadron 42 to the persistent universe and have us play it immediately right now, because they want to make a big splash with Squadron 42, because I believe that is going to be they're really banking on that to really push the company forward. To give it the development that it needs to keep going forward with Star Citizen. And I feel, based upon seeing a lot of that stuff in the visual trailer, is that they have loads of stuff that they've already developed. It's ready to go. It's ready to go for Squadron 42. They could give it to us in a persistent universe, but they're not going to, because they don't want to give out spoilers, because they really want Squadron 42 to sell really well.
Right. It's like in the visual trailer, they showed that nebula system at the very beginning with the lightning in space, and then later on in the visual trailer, they showed what looked like laser tripwires in that corridor that the character was EVAing through.
Yeah, the main reason, like you said, is mostly for revenue.
Absolutely.
That's why they're holding so much of the content away from the backers.
The thing is, they've made what, a little over 300 million so far.
Yeah.
If Squadron 42 is a good game and it sells decent, it doesn't even sell great. It sells decent. That first month to 2 months could easily double, triple, quadruple, 5 times, 10 times what they've made in this game so far, and their budget would just be so much easier to deal with, and all this negativity they get for ship sales and things like that would really kind of just go away, because they've got the revenue to support the games now.
Right, and I heard that they only got like $7 million left.
Well, okay, so if I can speak to that just a little bit.
Sure.
They spend the money they make.
Oh, I know that 100%.
Yeah, they spend the money they make. If they didn't have that money to spend, they would have spent less. If they weren't making enough to continue to expand, they would stop expanding. If they had to slow down development because they weren't making enough revenue to continue to develop at the same pace, that's what they would do. Because they're and as a backer, that's what I want. Because if I invest my money into somebody, I want you to take that money and build what you tell me you're going to build. So they take our money and they develop the game, and they hire more people, and they find things they need to do and open new offices or whatever needs to be done to continue to build this game. So if they're doing that, which they are, that's fine. That's what you're supposed to do with investment money. You're supposed to spend it. You're not supposed to stick it in the bank.
No, of course.
And have $200 million in the bank. And oh, by the way, we're still, in
my point about mentioning what they have left.
Yes and no. I mean, absolutely what you're saying is correct, but to some degree, they also need to keep some in reserve so that they can keep people on staff so that they're not constantly turning over, having to hire new people to replace them.
If you look deep into their financial release, you will see one of the biggest spends that they had that increased their budget, that really kind of put them in that negative position for the year, was that they expanded their marketing team. And they expanded their marketing team because they got that $46 million investment. Had they not got that investment, they would not have expanded that marketing team, and they wouldn't have run negative like they did that year, because they wouldn't have had the money to do it.
My only reason bringing up the $7 million that I was reading about that they had left is it could be an indicator on actual progression of things that we could be getting, like progressively get a lot quicker. And the reason why I say that is because if they're running low on funds, then one of the things that they could do, a trick that they could pull out of their hat, is release Squadron 42. And I think they're getting close to that. Once they release Squadron 42, all of those locked up assets that are being held back for spoilers that are in Squadron 42 will also get poured into the persistent universe, plus the funds that come out from releasing Squadron 42 because of becoming low on funds that they have for the game would also just it would be just a giant bloom of content. I think so. I think having
and to be
only
fair,
$7 million
they're not really
left.
sitting at $7 million.
No,
left.
no, I know that.
They
It's
have
just-
$7 million plus $46 million.
Yeah.
So they actually have $53 million left. But that 46 is earmarked for marketing, so it kind of gets taken off the top.
Yeah.
So they're not really in a really bad position. And on top of that, you know, the tracking shows they made $20 million in December.
You're welcome, CIG. I'm part of helping you with that, CIG. You're welcome.
So $20 million. I mean, when you start talking about $7 million kind of variance,
Thank you, Jonathan.
Make $20 million in a month. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
You can also see if you look at
For
the
an
income.
unlaunched game, it's just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
If you look at the income from backing, it has been steadily increasing. So if there weren't problems, they could just have backed up on some of the investments.
If the revenue wasn't continuing to climb at a I mean, you look at the graphs, it's very steady, very continuous. If that had, leveled off or started to show a decrease, they'd have just backed everything down and stayed solvent.
Yeah.
Is someone having a parrot in the background?
Yeah, I just was about to ask.
I was gonna say, what the heck is that noise?
Somebody swallowed a whistle and they're breathing.
Someone's playing marbles too, or dice.
It's funny to watch the development of this game because I work at IT. I manage huge budgets, and I work for an ISP, and we manage these huge budgets because we're deploying fiber. And so I understand how money flows when you're building things, and you will see people jump on some random website that covers gaming, and they start spouting off about how much Star Citizen's in trouble now because they went negative cash flow of $7 million. They only got $7 million in the bank. They're broke, and then what are they going to do? And they start spouting off all this negative stuff, and it's like,
No.
They don't really understand how this goes.
I don't want to be
They don't really understand how this build and development process works.
Yeah, I don't want to be misunderstood. I'm not trying to be
just
negative or anything like that. I'm not trying to. I didn't bring it up to be negative.
Yeah, no. But
I actually brought it up.
Funny because I understand how it works, and I just chuckle because I'm like, that person doesn't understand finances at all.
My hopes was that it was a positive thing, and that they were, since they were running so low on money, that maybe it would be a positive thing, and that they, that they would release Squadron 42 was one of the things that I'm hoping is going to happen because I think that'll change the minds of a lot of these people out there that are spurging everywhere in the comment section.
That also might mean they have a bunch of stuff that they haven't given to us yet complete in the background. Maybe some developers were already paid for that they did. Such as a certain, Squadron 42 Cutlass. I don't know. I have a theory that it's fine.
Just go Google how long Facebook ran negative before they made a profit. I mean, it's one of the biggest behemoths in the internet, and it ran in negative for a long time.
Apparently, YouTube is still cash negative.
It's normal for somebody like CIG to run negative, especially for a product that's not even complete. They haven't even started selling the completed product to the public yet. So yeah, I mean, to think that they're over there at this company that's making all this profit yearly is ludicrous to even think that they would be making a profit. They're developing a game and people are helping them fund that game. To be complete so that they could release it and make a profit.
Right.
Yeah, and the other thing, everybody I think that's listening needs to understand too, is that the industry of newspapers, magazines, and that whole industry is at a precipice of imploding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only way they're surviving is by getting clickbait stuff. And they know if they publish something that says, the largest Kickstarter in the world's about to fail, they're going to generate some clicks.
Yeah.
They're going to generate more than if they say, hey, Star Citizen, nothing to see here. and
like,
nobody's going to.
Their demise can't come soon enough.
There's a YouTuber.
So there tends to be a very flashy headline. Click on me. Look at this thing that's just, oh my God, look at this. Everybody has to look at this kind of presence, and I think we all know that. But you got to remind yourself about that sometimes. And even the big newspapers, the Wall Street Journals, Forbes, all these big newspapers that are in magazines that are highly respected are going down that road because they're losing everything.
I really want to add also that there are some content creators on YouTube that have also reviewed Star Citizen, and most of them are people who just read off the articles and serve off their
everybody that comes by my
based on that. And I'm confused as to why they don't keep have a Twitter up for Star Citizen and can just play it themselves during a free flight week, which is every 3 months.
That would require actual journalism and
and
research.
And they would have their own actual opinions.
A lot of them just
on their experience.
Effort is hard.
A lot of them just pick a narrative and then write a story to fit it, and that's the problem.
Well, and the other part too is if you look at the author, go back and read some of their older stuff, and do they have a trend? Are they always picking on the negative stuff, or are they objective? And if they're objective, then they probably have a grain of truth in what they're saying. If they just tend to pick on the negative, well, then consider the source.
Southern Knights Gaming, thank you so much for donating to the Super Chat, buddy. I appreciate that. And thank you for also subscribing as well. Yeah, no, look, a lot of people believe it, and that's the problem that I have with it. And people are like, don't talk about it, Cobra. You don't focus on the positive. Well, the thing is I used to be one of those people that I was kind of okay with them making more money keeping it in development because it was such a cool game, and I was fine with that, but I was wrong. And somebody reached out to me and said, no, they're not making more money, keep it in development. They're losing money. And they reached out to me and they educated me on that. So it's like, if I don't try to reach out and speak to some of those people who are saying it's a scam, maybe I can change their mind. Maybe I can let them see something that, instead of them reading the Forbes article, they could hear this point of view instead and be like, oh, yeah, well, all right, well, let me get a shot. And then there we go. There's a new member for our community, for the Star Citizen community, and there's someone helping to fund the development of Star Citizen. But it's a lot of people, they see those big voices that you talked about. They see those big publications that you spoke about, and they believe it. They believe it wholeheartedly, because why wouldn't you believe it?
And also, I think, like iCat said in the chat somewhere, well, first of all, if you look at the game itself, if that's a scam, it's a really bad scam.
I know, it's a really bad, really bad scam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm having a lot of fun playing your scam, so
yeah. And if you look at the page somewhere, the open positions they have, I think last time I looked, it was 82 open positions in various countries in Europe and the US and everywhere. You don't open 82 positions if you're going to scam people. Then you just
if you're going to take the money and run, you're not hiring people.
Thank you, Natalie.
I just linked it into Cobra's YouTube, the jobs, and when I linked it said 80 positions for hire.
Yeah, totally a scam.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't mean for this to get into the scam talk. I just look. I just thought that the indicator, the money that they had, was a good indicator of, wow, we could be getting ready to face a whole bunch of content because of Star Citizen getting released to help fund the game even more, and that all those assets that we saw in the visual trailer get released to the Persistent Universe as well, for them being held back due to not wanting to spoil what's in Squadron 42. So that's the only reason why I brought it up. I didn't mean to go into this whole territory here.
No, it's understandable.
They have put a lot of money into the development of Squadron 42, and eventually that content will leak over to the to Star Citizen, the Persistent Universe. So yes,
right.
I think you'll definitely see a lot of content.
Well, eventually we'll see it.
The only thing I want is Idris.
Is most of the team working on Squadron 42 at the moment?
They better be working on my Idris.
Multiple teams.
Right. But do they have like a bigger focus on Squadron 42? Because I was hearing somebody speak. They said once Squadron 42 gets released, like the first chapter or episode or whatever of it, then a lot of those people are going to come over to Persistent Universe, and then that's going to take off dramatically.
That's a bit. Oh well, I mean, they haven't really confirmed it, but it's a bit of speculation. But it kind of makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, most of the focus right now is on Squadron 42 because the beta is just 8-9 months away from now.
I know, Chris. I'm sorry. Sorry, Chris. Close. All right, let's stop talking about the scam talk. I'm sorry, Chris. That was an accident, Chris.
Want to know what else is an accident? Chocolate cheese.
Chocolate cheese. How about that, Chris? You want some chocolate cheese? I'm sorry.
If you don't mind.
But you know what, Chris? If you don't educate people out there, then they're just going to continue to believe in what the Forbes. So it's a double-edged sword. You're going to get cut either way. You're going to upset somebody by talking about it, and if you don't talk about it, then no one's going to learn. So I don't know what to do, Chris.
But yeah,
that was Chris Roberts just telling you.
That was Chris.
That's Chris Roberts.
He's like, yeah, I hate the scam talk. He means it the different way. He means, I hate it when they say my game's a scam.
Talk about Planet VTech 4, Planet Tech 4, or whatever it is, version 4. Let's talk about that. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
More that.
But what makes more sense with when Squadron 42 drops and all this other content finally starts to get shuffled over, you have a whole dev team that's intimately familiar with the new content. Why wouldn't you move them over and help them integrate it into the PTU? It makes perfect sense to me.
Right.
The one downside with Planetary Tech V4 is that I can't find gosh darn drug labs anymore.
Jump down, I know.
Like there used to be like landmarks you could pinpoint because they hit a certain shape or something, but now it's like all messed up and it's very random.
None of those tutorials are any good anymore.
If you still want to get there, you want to accept those delivery missions from
the missions,
the unlawful ones.
I'm saying I kind of loved the fact that we could use landmarks to find certain places. I think there's a very fun aspect of that, and that's why I always try not to use those missions to get there, but now it's almost like really impossible just to get to these hidden places. It's
actually once you get used to the landmarks, you'll find it just as easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jumptown is pretty easy to find right now. It's just that Widow isn't really that valuable because the only place you can sell it is Grimhex at like 10 units per minute. So
all the drugs right now.
I tried to do a run earlier today and I lost 170,000 credits. So I think I'm done with Widow for that.
Yeah, that's been the one positive of the ship duplication bug is I can kind of fill up a few ships, leave them at Grimhex, fly one of the duplicated ones, and then sell things up slowly over time.
It gets a little overwhelming though when the game gives you 15 extra cutlasses.
Yeah,
So
I'm good about that.
I have a 6-pack of catapulters.
15 cutlasses will work great for your event tonight, though.
Oh, that's true.
The worst thing is I've customized one, and I've got to go through like a stack of needles to find the one I customized.
How about the 5-pack of Hershey Pieces? Those little buggers would definitely help you.
So I got a ship that's that my Cutlass has duplicated. I got 2 of them, and the original one I can't file a claim on because it says it's at Yila. So how the hell do I get it back?
Mine says it's destroyed at Hurston, and that's the original Albatross, and I need that back. So the game
wait for 3.81 when they wipe everything and reset us all back to nothing.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
I have 4
I mean,
instances
that's
of
got to
my
be
ship
happening.
and-
That's the only way they're going to fix all of this duplicate crap.
Yeah, I've got a Prospector that I rented that's still in my list. I can't claim it, but it's still in the list.
All right, so we're going to get in the game probably here in about 15 minutes, maybe. And if you're just tuning in, we're going to be doing a massive in-game event where we're going to be hunting other players on Microtech. And hopefully it's going to be fun. I don't know. We're going to do a bunch of runs of it. It's actually called The Run. And we're going to see if we can make some good content out of it. And that's going to be taking place on Twitch. But don't worry, I will edit it, a clean version of it, and put it here on YouTube next week. So all the boring parts are going to be taken out. But here's a link to that right there. That's where we're going to be here very soon. And we're just going to try and fill up an entire lobby. And you know what I think is going to be funny is if somebody, if one person or two people are in there and they decide to take a bounty. And one of us has a bounty, and they show up at the planet and see all of us there.
They're gonna have a bad day.
Speaking of the event,
we all just slowly turn our heads and say,
So,
Yeah, buddy.
I'll be a volunteer for your first bounty target for your event.
Okay.
This is Stauffenberg right here.
Okay, Stauffenberg.
Adam, that guy Adam will also volunteer as a first bounty target.
And Commander Sin.
And the ferret.
I would like to volunteer to shoot people.
Everyone's gonna be bounty.
But no, Cobra.
Yeah.
When you said that we're going to be hunting bounties, I think you may have gotten things a bit confused. You actually meant to say that we're going to be putting down the least favorites.
Ooh, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I mean, I think that sounds fun.
Out of curiosity.
Good thing it's on Microtech. This is gonna get cold.
Out of curiosity, Cobra, has Vega chosen a ship she wants to fly?
Pink Cutlass Black.
She wishes she could have a Pink Cutlass Black, but they're not available.
Oh, yeah, they're not available.
She wants one of those so bad, so she's going to settle with the Stalker.
Oh, Stalker. Nice,
yeah,
nice choice.
I was gonna get I was gonna get her the Arrow, but it doesn't have any room in the back for box missions or anything like that. Sure. And I want her to be able to enjoy everything that's in the game, so as much as possible. So I think the Stalker is the best choice.
Yeah, it's tough for new players to start as fighter pilots too.
It is. I actually recommend instead of getting the I get actually the Titan. The Titan would be a little bit better.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a starter package at the moment.
I believe it is 65. I think right now 65 on the webpage.
I think the only thing I've seen was the Stalker.
Really? Let me check because I just saw it. It was Titan package.
Whenever
the Titan had a package last week.
Okay, yeah, there is a Titan package. No, why would you?
Yeah, Avenger Titan package.
Okay, so why the Titan over the Stalker?
It's bigger.
Because the Titan
has more space.
Has cargo space.
Yeah, right.
It's bigger, and bigger is better.
Well, the Stalker's got quite a bit of space too.
It does have space, but it cannot carry cargo, whereas the Titan can.
Actually carry like trade cargo.
Yeah, but how much money are you really going to make trading that little bit of cargo?
You'd be surprised if you start hauling Widow and you turn her into a pirate.
Drugs.
Yeah. Drugs, but in general, you can make about 10,000 per run, depending on what you pick on the cargo list.
Really?
Yeah.
But drugs are dangerous, Cobra. Don't do that.
This
is my recommendation. You don't have to agree with it, but
Dude, but if Vega had a Stalker, whenever she got angry at Cobra, she could just the pods and just leave them there.
And also, I believe the standard loadout for the Titan is better than the Stalker.
Yeah, Titan has better weapons, I think.
The Titan has better weapons than the Stalker?
Yes, that comes with it.
Right.
Default.
I think it has better shields, better quantum drive, and it has a better weapon loadout compared to the Stalker.
Just get her the 890 jump and be done with it.
All right, we'll go with the Avenger then.
Yeah, Titan.
All right.
It is time to hunt people.
That's good.
I don't like the sound of this.
You volunteered. No takebacks.
I'll
All
give
right,
a shotgun for this.
Cobra, should we hunted go into a separate channel so we don't clutter up the channel here?
Yeah, once we get in
Gotcha.
game. Yeah.
Darn.
Gotcha.
So all of you guys will have your own communication, and so before we start, when we're getting everything, when we're starting to get the party going and everybody's getting added to the party, and because that's going to take a long time alone.
Yeah.
So when that's happening, we need to focus on things like, does somebody go get a box from a box delivery mission, and the last person who of the bounties that's holding the box wins. But what do they win? Does somebody have enough UEC to donate some UEC to that winner? Are the bounties going to fight for that box at the very end if we don't kill them first?
I can spare. Let's see how much I have.
I can donate good money. I have
Didn't someone just get 50 mil?
Never mind.
Wow.
Never mind.
Suddenly we have 300 people wanting to be bounties.
I can donate 50,000.
Yeah, Cobra, I can donate, let's see. How much can I put
I'll say
in?
like 15.
I have 7,000.
You know what? I'll put in 100,000.
Oh,
I will.
All right.
This is the most valuable thing yet. I'll put in my respect, which is
I can
not
put in
ever earned.
I'm in.
All right, so Stauffenberg says 100,000. Wait, was that Stauffenberg? Huh?
Yes, 100,000.
Okay.
This is Stauffenberg, yes.
Okay. I'm getting confused. Okay, all right, so...
This is about to get busted in the background.
We'll figure out the
Cobra,
rest
I don't know
as we're getting all the parties set up and everything. So if you guys want to be involved in that, you're gonna have to hurry quick, I guess, because it can only fit 50 people in the lobby. But we'll see how this goes. It's gonna be completely random, I think, who gets in, because I don't think there's really a good way to do this.
Cobra, can I say something real quick?
You sure can.
I'm Southern Knights Gaming, by the way. I'm the one that donated in the chat.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Good to have you on the show, man.
Oh yeah, I actually just chimed in. First time being a part of it.
Nice, welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the channel. Are you a Star Citizen player?
I actually am not. I want to become one, though. No doubt.
Well, the first step to getting Star Citizen is just hating my guts. Then you should be able to.
Come to the dark side. Go away from the dark side. Go to the light. Go to the light.
Yeah, just kick Adam. I heard if you kick, if you kick Adam, Star Citizen falls out of the sky into your lap.
I don't think that's how.
Hold still.
I really enjoy your content, by the way.
Thank you,
You're
buddy.
an awesome
I
YouTuber.
appreciate that, man. I really do. It is 4 minutes out from 9. And if you guys want to join us over on Twitch, we are going to be over there with a gigantic event that I think and hope is going to be really super fun. There is the link.
Cobra?
Yeah.
For the thing for who can win, I'm willing to put up 50,000. I can do that today.
So right now we're at what, 150,000?
150,000, yes, for the winner who could get to the Armistice Zone without getting killed by one of the other bounties or by us.
Serious.
Since I'm offering the 100,000, I can't really be the bounty. I'll let someone else be.
Dead.
I'll have to do the same as Erebus.
Yeah. Why is Cobra offline for me on my contacts list?
Because he doesn't like me.
I'm not in the game. I'm not in the game yet. I'm not in the game yet.
Yeah, by the way, Cobra, I think you didn't add me last week, so I reposted my.
Who's this?
In the chat. Fox. Fox and Top.
Oh, here we go.
Fox what? Wait, Fox what?
Fox and Top could be.
Somebody keeps sniffing every single time you say your name.
Fox and Top.
Now they laughed when you said your name.
What?
I can't. Hold on. I can't hear it. What? Fox what?
Fox and Talks, second
Fox
series.
and Talks.
Flash.
Okay.
And don't know.
Slightly off topic, but Disney has confirmed a Kenobi series coming.
Yeah, I've known about that for a while.
It's funny.
That's all you need.
I'm watching Disney Plus
All
right
you
now
need.
as I'm listening to you guys.
Hello.
I've got a better game. I think we should all hide.
Misa should be in the Kenobi show.
You are going
This chat is
All
so
What in the world? Who is that?
Someone's losing their mind.
Would you not Cobra? Yes.
Is that you, Cobra?
No,
Nemesis
that's not
1
me.
becoming Yoda.
I can't figure out who that is.
He's going to get your channel claimed. Or your
Most likely.
Because let's be real. If Lucasfilm claims a Jar Jar Binks impression, I don't think they want to reassociate themselves with that. Let's be real.
I wouldn't mind having Jar Jar come back.
I heard there's going to be a Darth Jar Jar series.
I've been hearing that for years.
I would watch that.
We've been waiting for that.
He's got the eyes.
All right.
Hashtag Tiffle.
He has my nose.
Let's just all become one with Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, Ferret, I'll need your nose. Who got the eyes again?
God dang it, there goes my nose again.
Yes, you do.
Guys, we are getting ready to go do the big event called The Run. Real quick, go put a little bit of a trailer up as we're getting off of here to go over to Twitch. If you would like to join a party over there, it's going to be crazy. And
it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be
cray.
Cray. That's right. That's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. It's going to be cray.
Crazy.
They're all hip with kids now.
My game, I've got about 100,000 I can donate to the winner too.
Everybody on the call.
This is a big one.
Everybody on the call. I will be right back. All right, guys. Here is the trailer for what we're going to be doing tonight, and hopefully, I'll see you guys over there. And I'll be right back after this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Got him.
All right. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us over here on YouTube. Don't forget, this is where you're going to find edited videos, the only live shows, the podcast that we have every Friday where you guys get to come on the show and talk about Star Citizen or anything that's on your mind, including chocolate cheese. You guys can, and then also there's going to be a weekly recap on what happens on Twitch. But if you guys like to see live gameplay, Twitch is where the live gameplay is. YouTube is where the edited content is. Sometimes the live content can be boring because we're sitting in rooms waiting for party invites or trying to get parties and servers to fill up, inviting people, standing around trying to figure out what kind of event we're going to do. So there's a lot of downtime with live gameplay. But if you would like to see live gameplay every Tuesday through Friday, Tuesday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Fridays are a little bit later after the podcast on Twitch. But almost every day of the week, Tuesday through Friday, is live gameplay on Twitch. You get to join in on Twitch, play. We do shenanigans. So join us over there. We also have a private play on Patreon, where Patreon members and Twitch subscribers get to do this. It's called the Stanton Space Force, where we get together on Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we have our own private play session, which is always super, super fun, really chill, laid back, earning some money together, doing some missions, talking about everything under the sun while we're playing. It's a really good time. Again, thank you guys so much for coming out to this show. Thank you, Star, for subscribing or following over there on Twitch. I will see you guys in a few minutes on Twitch. As always, I love you. Thank you so much for coming back. And I will see you on the verse. And may the verse be with you. Bye, everybody.